The Still Point, Discovering the World Within. There's a story told in some Taoist circles about an old hermit who lived alone high up in the Wudong Mountains. He had no students, no reputation, and had not left the range in over 30 years. Occasionally, villagers would hike up the trail to bring him food, though he never asked for it. Sometimes they'd find him standing for hours under a tree, not moving. Other times, they'd hear him laughing to himself or watching the clouds as if they were giving a sermon. One day, a scholar from the city traveled weeks to find him. The man had read every Taoist classic, studied under the most revered teachers, and came full of questions, hungry to understand the mysteries of the way. When he arrived, the hermit was sweeping the stone outside his hut. "Master," the scholar bowed, "please, share with me your wisdom. What is the secret to seeing the Tao, to understanding the universe?" The hermit looked up and smiled, then kept sweeping. The scholar waited. Minutes passed, then an hour. Finally, the hermit spoke. "If you want to know the world, stop chasing it. Sit long enough in stillness, and the world will begin to show you itself." The scholar, confused and humbled, sat beside him in silence. He stayed for 3 days. When he left, he took nothing. No notes, no mantras, no techniques. But in that silence, something in him shifted. The world seemed clearer, not because the world had changed, but because he had. Chapter 47 of the Tao Te Ching. They know the world without even going out the door. They see the sky and its pattern without even looking out the window. The further out it goes, the less knowledge is. Therefore, sages know without going, name without seeing, complete without striving. The inner doorway. What Laozi gives us in chapter 47 is a profound statement of spiritual truth that cuts against almost everything we're taught in modern life. They know the world without even going out the door. This is not a rejection of experience. It's not saying, stay home, don't travel, avoid the world. It's a metaphor pointing toward the radical power of inner presence. In our current culture, knowledge is often tied to movement. The more places you travel, the more cultured you are. The more books you read, the wiser you become. The more people you meet, the more experienced you appear. But Laozi flips this idea on its head. He tells us that true knowing, the kind that leads to peace, balance, and unity with the Tao, comes not from adding more noise to our lives, but from subtracting it. To see the sky, you don't always need to look out the window. Sometimes you need to look inward and rediscover the sky that's always been reflected there. The still point within. There is a point inside each of us that does not move. It doesn't react. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't rush to comment, correct, or chase. It simply is. And the closer we draw to this still point, the more the world outside becomes clear. It's the eye of the hurricane that remains calm while everything else spins. It's the breath between the breaths that tells you when you're alive. It's the quiet before the music where the real magic begins. If you're constantly running, consuming, striving, you may miss it. But when you sit, truly sit, long enough in stillness, it finds you. That's why meditative practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, and seated meditation aren't just wellness tools. They're doorways. They create the conditions where stillness can rise and knowing can return. Why the chase is a trap. The further you go, the less you know. This is not an anti-learning statement. It's about recognizing the limit of external seeking. The world promises wisdom through more experiences, more information, more movement. But just like drinking salt water to quench your thirst, this only leads to further disconnection. Here's the paradox. The more you chase truth outside yourself, the further you get from the source. The more you settle into yourself, the more the truth becomes obvious. This doesn't mean you should never travel or learn new things. It means that your center must remain rooted. If you know yourself, you can meet the world without being swept away by it. Let's tell you a story about the meditator who saw the world. A meditation teacher once had a student who said, I want to travel the world and understand people better. The teacher smiled and said, "Good, but first, sit with yourself for 1 hour every morning for 6 months." The student scoffed, "But I want adventure. I want real experience." The teacher replied, "If you can sit with the chaos inside and not run from it, you will see the world more clearly than most who have circled the globe." 6 months later, the student wept in gratitude. He hadn't traveled far in miles, but inside, he had journeyed through anger, grief, joy, and stillness. And in doing so, he became ready to meet the world, the inner world practice. Try this for the next 7 days. 1. Sit in silence each morning, 10 minutes minimum, before checking your phone, before reading the news, before doing anything reactive. Just sit, eyes closed, hands resting, breathe. 2. Ask this question mentally. What is present inside me right now that I usually avoid? Don't try to fix it, just witness it. 3. Then say internally, I am willing to know the world by knowing myself first. Track how your perception changes, how conversations shift, how your reactivity lowers. You may be shocked how much clarity you gain simply by not chasing it. Why? This matters for your health. In modern wellness circles, we often think health is about doing more. More workouts, more supplements, more hacks. But health is also about integration. When the mind is racing, the body follows. When your spirit is ungrounded, stress builds. Stillness is a health practice. Peace is a form of immunity. When we become still, the nervous system resets. Digestion improves. The breath slows. Hormonal balance returns. Spiritual presence isn't some esoteric ideal. It's a core pillar of holistic health. One final thought, becoming the window. The Tao doesn't want you to chase it. It wants you to become receptive to it. When you clear the smudges from the window of your awareness, the world shines in naturally. To know the world without leaving your room isn't about physical limitation. It's about recognizing that the whole world, its patterns, its rhythms, its peace, and its chaos already lives inside of you. Sit with it, see it, and let the still point guide you. If this resonated with you, share this lesson with someone who needs more peace in their life, or leave a comment below and let us know what practice helps you return to your inner stillness.